Hello, this is Dreams with Jam. Thanks for joining me today. We are in the Sunlit Plateau where we're going to walk through South America. And if you do like this video, find inspiration, etc., please make sure that you drop the like on this video. I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and get notified when there is new content. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be touring in the Sunlit Plateau, which I have turned into a South American town. I wanted to make it look like an actual functioning, cute, like little town in South America. I used pretty much the same coloring throughout. The big, large bushes that you see there are from Storybook Vale, and then the trees are all from the main valley pack, the dragon trees and the maples. Here we have a fountain from the Storybook Vale pack, and underneath that pebble pathing is from Eternity Isle, and I used that to make it kind of look like tile underneath. Here is a few of the waterfalls falling into the water rug here with a rainbow over top. I could use those rainbows in every build. I probably will. Let's be real. They're amazing. Okay, and then heading around the square here, we have the Seaside Village house skin, which I have turned into a bank, which we're actually going to go inside. It's a cute little build. It popped into my head one day, and here it is. It's a bank lobby. Some tables where you can write your checks. During different seasons, you can put, I had a pumpkin there during fall. It was really cute. I used the Monsters, Inc. thing right here, the old game as an ATM machine. And then those items on the pillars are things that you'd get from different questing. Okay. And then here we have a courtyard where you can sit, have your coffee, enjoy the sound of the waterfall. And then we'll head over and see Mini Casita, which I wanted to look like just a nice family home. Nothing fancy about it, but just very homey. You can tell that the family is together a lot. Here we have they're getting ready for a meal, making some masa with some fresh corn. Just some pretty flowers. You'll see the backyard here has two kind of separate areas. There is the family table where you can sit and have your meals together, and then also the family kind of washing station for laundry and whatnot. This rug here and the tall pinkish purple bush right there is from a premium shop purchase. Hopefully those will come back into the premium shop, as I know some of you didn't pick them up. They might have looked a little weird at first, but they are absolutely beautiful, and I highly suggest getting them once they do. Here's just a little gazebo heading over to Tiana's, but we're going to take the back way here in through our campground. So I just used some of the tents, and three different colors of the four. We have 4 different tents. I used 3. The orange one, I don't know, it stood out too much for me. But you can see how I utilize the items here, each little campsite being just a little different. And then we have Buzz's camper, of course, with his alien friends, and then a cooking station so I can quickly cook things if I need to. And then we'll transition into more of the town where we have Tiana's restaurant. And because we can't move Tiana's restaurant, I have to keep it in the main valley. You know, I thought this was the best kind of place for it. Tiana herself I have over in Eternity Isle, so I wanted to have her restaurant have a special place, but, you know, I didn't want it to necessarily look like it was just shoved in somewhere, so I wanted to make it look as cohesive as possible. Here's some outdoor seating with the tables set for spring. And then just a little hostess station back here. Few dishes. Little on the fancier side here. Mickey's sure happy to be here. And Gaston is just flexing to fish, I guess. I don't know what that's about. Okay, here we have Goofy. And then I wanted to make it like a little fruit and vegetable, kind of its own little market. I used the 2 different tiles that we can craft from the Eternity Isle materials. Use those to make separate squares to make it look like tile. And then we'll head over into our soccer field or football, depending on where you're watching me from. Obviously, this is kind of the only ball we have, and I just had to go with it. These fences at the either end are from Mulan. Those kind of worked the best, I felt, to make like a soccer goal. And then I used the cones on either side, the bamboo benches, and then the menu board is our scoreboard. Restrooms, of course. And then like a drinking fountain, shaved ice. Things you'd find at soccer field when everybody's hanging out on a Saturday. Or parents who are forced to sit there through all those elementary soccer games. Or softball in my case. Okay. Heading over to what used to be Scar's area. I didn't quite know what to do with this, so I just wanted to make it a transitional area. This I created my Amazon. I used the pebble path to make my river. I tried to use rugs, but they just would not fit right with creating a bridge on top of them as well, the way I envisioned it. So I used the pebbles, and I think it turned out fantastic. I absolutely love it back in here. And the fog turns into, atmospherically, it turns into almost like a mist. You definitely feel like you're in the Amazon. And when you use the jungle trees, you automatically get the sounds that come with it too. So when you walk through here, you hear those tropical birds and everything, and it's just so magical. Let's take a look at this build through the evening. I love these Vitalis lamps. There's a P in there. They are so bright and beautiful, and then I love matching them with the hanging ones on here as well. I think the hanging lanterns are probably my favorite to decorate with. I have like 100 of them crafted, and I use them pretty much in every build. I love them. They're just gorgeous. Okay. So you can see I did use the bulb lamps there in the soccer field just to make it kind of look a little bit like stadium lighting versus your average neighborhood lights. Just like you would in any other town. I always say that when you're decorating, think about when you're walking around your particular town or city or village, wherever you live. What does it look like? How are the lights? Next time you're out on a weekend and taking a walk with your dog or whatever you're doing that weekend, take a look around you and take note of how things might transition from one neighborhood to the other, and do the exact same thing in Dreamlight Valley. If there's a sidewalk in front of a store versus just a little curb, add a sidewalk to Dreamlight Valley. Make it your own, because it is your valley ultimately. You're the one who has to walk through it and quest through it, and it has to meet your particular, taste. It doesn't have to match any of mine. It doesn't have to match any of any other creator that you might see. You have to be happy in your village. I am very happy to provide you inspiration. If you want to copy my builds and things that you like, how they're laid out, that's totally fine too. That's why I'm doing this. I enjoy decorating, and I enjoy my valley. And if it doesn't make me smile every time I walk into it to do things, I'm going to change it, because I'm the one playing in it. Okay, this is an overview of what everything looks like and how the layout looks. You can see I've used every available square inch. Everything goes right up to the edges. I think Tiana's has the most open space, just because I did want to create that walkway around her restaurant. And plus, I didn't want to make the seating area too large for her, because let's face it, there's usually just one or two villagers in it at a time. If the villagers interacted differently and they were in our builds more, I think I would make things a little different. But as it stands right now, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And we can see the beautiful rainbow over the waterfall. So pretty. I love those so much. And then we'll go over the Amazon. You can see the mist coming up off the water. But you can see what I mean. It does kind of change it from fog to misty, and I absolutely love it. You can almost feel the humidity. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. This was a very, very fun build, and I hope you found some inspiration. Just a quick note, if you haven't joined our Discord server, you can find that link in the description of my channel. We would love to have you over there, get some help with dream snaps, or just show off your builds. Thank you so much, and keep on dreaming.